Yeah, hi there. These comments are for H. For privacy purposes, I won't use your name. And let's take a look at your situation. You say, I have taken the TOEFL exam today. I think my average score will be between 70 and 80. I hope it's not less than that. Tell me why I may take this course with you. I'd probably say tell me why I should take. You have talk there, but why I should take this course. The first reason for me is that your course is online so I can practice anytime on your test. Is that right? Yes, that's exactly right. Once you subscribe to my online course, H, you will have access to all 7 sections of my course: vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, listening, reading, writing, and speaking sections. You have access to all of those sections 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? I will create your username and your password, email that to you. So that is right. Then you say, my question is, will $35 give me the opportunity to access your practice test, or there will be an extra charge for them? No. There is no extra charge for any of my practice tests. My vocabulary quizzes, my pronunciation practice test, the grammar, reading, listening, writing, and speaking, no extra charge. The $35 covers all of those things. Even when you do the writing and speaking and pronunciation practice test, in many cases, I will talk to you, or one of my workers will talk to you by either audio or video, and in the case of your writing practice test, we will comment to you by writing, and we'll give you a score and tell you how you're doing, and we also will recommend lessons that can help you get going in the right direction. Okay, so now you continue to say, I have finished Cambridge and Longman tests, but Longman seems to be not a TOEFL preparation material. I think what you're saying is Cambridge is more challenging. I know the Cambridge TOEFL preparation by Jolene and Robert Gere, right? You're saying that one is more TOEFL level. The Longman is a good book. I sometimes use it. It's a good book for intermediate level TOEFL students. Now, obviously, if you want to get higher than 100, that would be a book that you might use in the beginning, but after that, you might use a more difficult book like Cambridge, right? So you say, in Cambridge exams, I score between 17 and 24 out of 30. The worst scores are always in the reading tasks. I need you to evaluate my writing and speaking. Yes, and that's why you really use an online TOEFL course, let's face it. I mean, you can study the listening and the reading on your own, right? But you can't get feedback from a book when you're doing writing and speaking practice tests. Okay, so you say, I like your way of teaching, but I don't like broadcasting my private practice online at YouTube. I understand that. Now, if I do talk to you by YouTube, I'll do what I did here. I will just use the first letter of your name, H. So nobody else will know who you are except you. But other people, a lot of my other students, they also like to watch some of these videos because they can learn a lot of information from that. Now, I do have the writing practice tests that you take. You will do those all privately online at my website. Now, my speaking practice test, you do have to record those at my VoxyPop discussion group, which is a public discussion group. So what you do is just make up a username that nobody will know who you are. So obviously, when you go to my VoxyPop group and you create your username, just use a fictitious name, so then nobody knows who you are. So that's my best advice there. You say, if you have a placement test, I will be happy. I can start now because I will take the exam next month. I hope I've contacted the right person. You have, HN. You're contacting me. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer of the online TOEFL course called the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT, okay? So what you want to do is, basically what I would recommend for you is, what I don't know is, I know what your current score is, but I'm not sure where you need to be. But I can tell you this, is most students who use my online TOEFL course, HN, usually they improve about 5 to 10 points on their overall score for each month that they use my service. So, if you want to score 100 or higher, and for example, you want to score 26 and 24 on the speaking and writing sections of the test, you'll probably need to use my course approximately 3 months. Now remember, I have 170 hours of instruction in those 7 areas I explained to you before. And what you want to do is, and I was just telling somebody else about this just a minute ago, your goals or objectives are 7. You have 7 objectives that you want to do in my TOEFL course. Number 1, in the vocabulary, you want to score about 85 or higher on my vocabulary final exam. In the pronunciation part of my course, you want to score 5.1 out of 7 or higher on my pronunciation post-test. The grammar, just make sure you go through all the lessons and you're answering those practice tests correctly and you understand kind of what's going on there. In the listening part of my course, you want to try to score 80% or higher on my listening practice test. In the reading area, you want to work toward achieving, and this is a weak area for you, you want to work on achieving 300 words per minute or more on my reading practice test, my speed reading test, with 80% comprehension. Now remember, HN, when we talk about reading, we're talking about 4 basic things that you have to do if you want to improve. You have to read extensively, about 45 minutes a day for several months. You want to read books, magazines, newspapers. You need to read each day. Number 2, improve your vocabulary. 3, increase your reading speed, like I said. And then 4, you want to make sure that you're knowledgeable. You have good reading test-taking strategies. You can get those from my course, and you can also get the test-taking strategies from the Longman and the Cambridge TOEFL books that you mentioned in your email. All right, let's talk about writing. Your goal in my course is to score 24 points or higher on the independent and integrated writing practice test that you submit. In the speaking area, you want to try to score 26 points or higher on my independent and integrated reading practice test. That is kind of what you're trying to do. So I'm just giving you some guidelines and some objectives so you can kind of know how things work at my website. Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much for your comments. I wish you the best of luck and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.